How do, folks? I'm back in the Yorkshire Dales, second time in about a fortnight. I'm up in the northern section of the Dales. I parked at Garsdale Head and I'm doing a walk into Grisdale. And it's similar to the walk I did over Baugh Fell last year. And I don't know, for anybody who watched that video, I did mention that I'd like to explore this dale that goes around the back of Baugh Fell called Grisdale. Well, that's what I'm doing today. I've just had a nice chat with a farmer, friendly sort of bloke, giving me a lot of nice historical nuggets about the place and its inhabitants. But there's a place coming up here that's probably the main reason why I want to visit this Grisdale around the back. It's almost like a little pilgrimage walk. I heard about this place and I immediately wanted to go there. So anyway, we're not too far from it, so I'll bring you back when we get a bit nearer. Look at this place, Reach it's called. Talk about splendid isolation. Yes, please. So this is the place I was telling you about. This is where I wanted to visit on this walk more than anywhere else, and it's called Scale. And there's an east scale and a west scale. And I'm currently stood in a Quaker burial ground. There's no stones that I can see, although I'm going to have a shufty about. But this field, this plot, is a Quaker burial ground. I need to thank a subscriber for telling me about this place. A fella called George. I'd never even heard of Scale. When he told me there was like a burial ground up here and that, I was immediately interested. And I said this year I'd come, and I have. And it is an amazing place. Yeah, there's a bit of fairly recent rendering on this wall. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about that. It's quite an interesting story. Yeah, the owner of Scale, for all you 80s synth pop fans, is none other than Vince Clarke of Depeche Mode, Yazoo, Erasure fame. He bought this place with a view to doing it up, and that rendering inside is sort of the first part of his handiwork. But I read that the National Park Authority put so many conditions on how he could do the place up that he just sacked it off. He still owns it though, by all accounts. The farmer confirmed that. Well, I'm right round the back of Baugh Fell now, and I'm on pathless terrain. Very wild country around here. Just look at this. Yeah, at the moment it's pathless, but I'm actually walking on Wainwright's Pennine Journey, a long distance footpath, and I'm heading east. I'm going to follow this for a bit, and then at a certain point, probably where one of the cloughs come down from Baugh Fell, I'm going to ascend up there and I'm going to wild camp on top of Baugh Fell. And hopefully, I know it's been pretty dry lately, but them cloughs might be able to give me some water. There are the tarns on Baugh Fell, of course, but I would imagine after this lack of rain over the past few weeks, well, the paths appearing there, good. They could be like sludgy puddles. I don't want to wreck my filter. So we've reached Rothy Gill, and this gash in the fell side is the way I'm going to get to the top of Baugh Fell. Just got to keep an eye on it to see where the last of the water is. I'm going to have to earn my bunions a bit. Got the wrong footwear today, I should have put my pumps on. Got 2 pairs of socks on, thick heavy boots. Feet are on fire. This clough is a bit of a nightmare. I feel like I've been walking ages. And looking straight ahead, it looks like miles to go. Oh, I'm absolutely buggered. I'm going to get my boots off and my socks, and I'm going to have a paddle and cool my feet. Oh, they're roasting and a bit sore. Not blisters are out, just sort of pounding in heavy boots. And I think I'll probably get my water here too. Have you seen this I brought with me? It's an Emperor Moth lure. I used this on my last walk on 9 standards rig, and I've never seen so many Emperor Moths. It's very potent. Put it in this little mesh bag. Let's see if out happens. It's not ideal Emperor Moth territory, this. There's don't look too much heather. Oh crikey, it's icy cold, it's painful. Oh. This is your Emperor Moth. Frustratingly, they rarely land. Oh, it's on my leg now. I've put the lure away now. I think the maximum number of moths that came in were 3. But, oh crikey, it's steelers. I don't like using it too much because this will be looking for females to breed with, not arsing about around an artificial lure. Right, I've left the river. God, I am buggered today. A lot of pathless terrain. Yeah, I've left the river. I'm trying to get onto higher level ground now. I don't think I'm too far to the top. I'll tell you what folks, I don't mind admitting it, I've struggled today. The terrain was, once I got past Scale, the terrain were hard going, not many paths at all. So I found that hard work. My footwear, wrong choice for today. Should have put my pumps on. I know I said it early, but I think I'd have felt better with that. Felt like blooming deep sea diving boots these today. A bit lacking in energy. So, I've got an hot chocolate on the go, I've got a bag of biltong, a cheese string, and a lemon and blueberry superfood bar. I should be as right as rain after them. A bit of a tip round the tent. I put my cup there because there's like a really pointy stone sticking out of grass that I trod on in my bare feet, so I'm putting a cup over it. Yeah, I'll tidy up in a bit. Went to sleeping bag today. It's going to be cold tonight. On my last trip I was in full summer gear and I was fine, but no, not tonight. I've just been having a little scrat about on this gritstone outcrop near I pitched the tent, and I found a nice little bit of plant fossil, and it's one from the sort of Upper Carboniferous Millstone Grit Coal Measure series, and it's called Stigmaria. It's really quite common. Hang on, are you seeing it there? Yeah, it's quite dimpled on the surface, you can see. In fact, there's another section of it up there, a bit less well preserved. It's very hazy really, so it's quite cool. You can barely see the lakes, barely see Baugh Fell. Although across here, Baugh Fell looks absolutely awesome. I've made a couple of references on this walk to a walk I did, never know whether to call 9 Standards Rig, North Pennines. I think officially it's in the North Pennines area of outstanding natural beauty, but it is closer to Dales to me. Anyway, a couple of weeks ago, me and Lee did a wild camp on 9 Standards Rig, and it was absolutely fantastic. So much wildlife. Saw black grouse, loads of emperor moths, snipe, first house martins of the year, saw a red squirrel on the drive home. Really nice walk, and I really wanted to show you 9 Standards Rig in all its glory. But I had a bit of a nightmare when I got home. I don't know what I did, but I somehow managed to delete all my footage. I think it ended up in my recycle bin, and for whatever reason I emptied it, so I lost it. So there's no 9 Standards Rig video. I'll go again though, because it's a good one. Cheers. These dehydrated meals get far too expensive, so I'm gonna break it up with some cheap stuff. It's nearly 11:10 and I think it's my bedtime. I'm feeling quite tired after today's exertions. I've just had a little poem about outside. It's very clear, very starry, but I don't have the Sony camera with me. It's been sent away to be fixed, so I can't take any pictures of that. But no, I've had quite a nice evening. I've been reading, I've been supping wine and just chilling out really. It's been very pleasant. It's very still. All the moor birds have gone quiet now. Well, pretty much. There was a curlew at it a minute ago, but yeah, everything's settled down now, so that's it for tonight, and I shall see you in the morning. Good night. Good morning. It's 5 to 6. I've just watched the sunrise. It's a cold morning, this one. It's, well, I say cold, it's just dipped below freezing. A little bit of ice on the tent. And in the hollows where the sun's not striking, it's a little bit frosty. It's a fantastic morning. Again, it's hazy in the distance, but yeah, the Owgills, Boar, Great Shunner Fell, all look pretty impressive. Malastang Edge. Rightio, it's 22:08. I've got about quarter of a mile back to the car. I'm in the valley bottom now. It's absolutely lovely. Skylarks singing. There's a snipe drumming somewhere. No, what a fine morning. I know why I've been feeling a bit ropey on this trip. I'm coming down with a cold, I can tell. but a really enjoyable trip. I'm so glad I went to Scale. I've always wanted to go there since I first heard about it, and I've been there, I've done it. Done Baugh Fell now twice in just over a year. Definitely harder doing it that way than the way that me and Lee did it last year. Well, it's longer for starters. So when will I be out again? It's the end of April, bank holiday weekend. I'd like to be out before the end of the month. I'm not sure where. I'll have to give that some thought. I'm just going to have a drink and a bite to eat here, and then I'm going to toddle back to the car and hope it's still there in one piece anyway. There's a grouse mower here, and in the past I've had my car vandalised. Not vandalised, I got my tyres slashed parking near a grouse mower. So I'm always a little bit wary. Anyway, thanks for watching. Look after yourselves, and I'll see you next time.